So I think the last 12 months has been really interesting. I think we haven't necessarily seen significant changes in terms of the attack landscape. So in other words, the types of attacks we're seeing and the types of things we're trying to do to defend haven't necessarily changed. But what we have seen, I think, is a big move towards our industry being accountable for things. What we're seeing is some very significant incidents that are now being processed. In other words, they're being investigated. The Information Commission and others are looking at it. Obviously, GDPR has come in, and therefore people are very worried not only about how they're going to recover their business, but also what level of fine and what level of involvement the regulators are going to have in that process. So I think all of a sudden the landscape has changed for the people that are defending, because they're now not only defending against the attackers, they're also trying to think about the levy of fines that might be applied to them and what they're going to do about it. All of a sudden they're going to have more than one element of defence. The one is, how on earth do we recover our business? Do we actually go after the people that have attacked us, or do we just leave it and just recover the data? How are we going to deal with our public and our customers to maintain that confidence? And at the same time, what is going to happen in terms of the Information Commissioner and other people coming to do their investigation? So all of a sudden there is an additional element associated with that. We're seeing some of the things from the Financial Services Conduct Authority as well coming through in terms of the Skilled Persons Register, and the fact that we've now got cyber people on that Skilled Persons Register, I think also is an indication of the move towards that accountability aspect that I was describing. CREST is always busy, and over the last 12 months I think that's really escalated, both domestically and internationally. We've got a huge amount of interest from regulators, both in terms of other areas, not just the financial services and civil nuclear and aviation and government that we've been working in, but actually looking at the other sectors. In addition to that, the amount of regulators throughout the world that are now interested in the types of services, that concept of buying from a trusted organisation who's got access to skilled, knowledgeable and competent individuals, is a message that I think is really getting out. At the same time, what we need to do is to make sure that our industry can respond in an appropriate way. And therefore, a lot of the work we've been doing is investing at the bottom to make sure that our academic partner programme, which we've got really good examples of here at CRESTCon, tied together with the apprenticeship programme. We're now starting to see the first people coming through at the level 4 apprenticeships, tying together with the training providers to make sure we've got a consistent and collaborative type approach to delivering training, I think is really important. Because if we're generating that demand and we're opening the marketplace both domestically and internationally, what we've got to do is to respond to that. And if we're not investing in the bottom, there's no way we're actually going to meet the demands as we go up the stack in terms of really skilled, knowledgeable and competent individuals. So CREST has been working internationally for some time, and we've not only looked at how we can structure that, because the structural delivery has to be scalable. We have a financial model which is also really important, because we can't do things in specific regions if we can't generate the cash to generate that level of interest. The other interesting thing is quite a lot of our services that we're now accrediting, such as Security Operations Centre, so SOC services, and even training, are not tied to a specific country. So in other words, they are international offerings. And therefore we've had to revise our models and make sure that we can actually look at a regional delivery or a country level delivery or an international delivery, and make sure again that's provided in a consistent, scalable fashion. I really enjoy CRESTCon. First of all, it's a fantastic opportunity for me to see lots of my friends. So for me it's a very social activity. But in addition to that, I just believe that the presentations are absolutely magnificent. The fact we're now running 4 streams. We sold out more than a month before the deadline for the sale of tickets, but we still had people inquiring on the day. Just shows that although we've increased in size, there is a huge demand in terms of good quality, technical related services. And therefore the ability for us to put on a conference that actually delivers that, I think, is quite unique.